It's a battle here. 23-23. The score with Emma Guest back to serve. Next team with a 2-point lead wins set number one. Guest strong serve. Jones is there. Back row attack. Callie Jones sends it over. Alm with the dig. Crum's going to go back to Spoladoro. Tip shot. Nice pancake by Halpert. No second contact. Point to the Alumnae, and they are set point here. Emma Guest on the hook for set number one here at Claire Lynch Hall. As Guest goes up, Guest goes over, down the line, Morgan there. Sent over. Middle attack, Holmes blocked, and it's 24-24. Blazer with the dig. Return to center. Big swing straight down. Aiden Blazer scoring for the Alumnae. And now again, they are on the hook. This time it's Lexi Alm. Sends it over. Halpert picks it up. Torvey goes outside. Stadham, big swing, dug up by Crum, set by Guest. Spoladoro free ball over. Blahowski's there. Torvey to Burns in the back row, picked up by Crum. Spoladoro chases it down. Blazer, big swing down the line, sent over by Torvey. Spoladoro goes deep to the 5, scoring for the Alumnae, and that is set number one in the books. Your Alumnae win in overtime, 26-24. We're going to step aside, let you listen to some more Chad Johnson music as we prepare for set number two. You're watching Bennie Volleyball on the Spollybrock Sports Network.
to run. I thought you were the one. It feels like the only dream, the only dream that makes you wanna scream. But if you scream, you might ruin it all. Oh, 'cause you'll wake up and forget it all. It feels like
All right, we are back and ready. Set number 2 underway now. Spoladoro down the line. Burns sends it up high. Torvey back row attack to Burns. Dug up by Crum. Spoladoro into the middle. Paige Andrews blocked. Nice pickup. Spoladoro on 2. Picked up by Halpert. Torvey's going to go back to Brooke Andrews down the line. Ulm is there. Spoladoro goes back to Crum. Cross-court shot picked up by Torvey. Statham tips a deep corner. Blazers there. Spoladoro outside. I'm a guest. Cross-court. Halpert there. Over on 2 goes Torvey. Blazer. Spoladoro. Andrews blocked. Picked up by Spoladoro. Ulm outside. Guest. Cross-court. I get a net. Not called. Tipped over. Crum there. Spoladoro. Wants Blazer back row. Slicing shot off of Paige Andrews, and that long first point goes the way of the Alumnae. Spoladoro to serve again, up 1-0. Down the line, picked up by Statham. Torvey goes back to Statham. Tip shot down the line. Spoladoro with the dig. It's over. Kenofchinsky sends it back. Blazer goes down to get it. Joust at the net. Won by Kenofchinsky, and we're knotted at 1 here in set number 2. Back to serve. Sophie Morkin. Morkin, toss, strike, over, Ulm there, perfect pass, Spoladoro into the middle, Andrews, blocked by Kenofchinsky, assist Jones, point Bennie's, and they take the early lead here in set number 2. Sophie Morkin back to serve once again. Morkin up. Morkin over down the line. Guest there. Spoladoro back to Guest. Tip shot over the block. Picked up by Halpert. Torvey wants Brooke Andrews. Tip shot over the block. Into the campfire. Point. Bennie's 3-1 now. The Bennie's lead. 3 quick points. And now Sophie Morkin back to serve. Waiting for the whistle. There it is. Morkin up. Morkin over. Ulm there. Spoladoro picks it up. Sent over, not quite, by Paige Andrews. And the Bennies out to a quick start, 4-1. Gave up the first, but have rolled 4 straight. And now Morkin, as the gym quiets. Back to serve. Morkin up. Morkin over down the line. Guest is there. Spoladoro all the way across. Crum puts it in. Morkin with the dig. Torvey wants Callie Jones. Dug up and over by Blazer. Torvey now is going to go to Brooke Andrews. Tip deep corner. Blazer there. Spoladoro retreats. Gives it to Andrews. Dug up by Torvey. Halpert wants Morkin out of the back row. Roll shot over. Picked up by Blazer. Spoladoro outside. Emma Guest. Big swing cross court. It's wide. Point. Bennie's. 5-1. Bennie's. Off to a very quick start here in set number 2. Morkin continues at the service stripe. Morkin up. Morkin over. Good serve. Ulm. Perfect pass. Spoladoro into the middle. Andrews tip shot. Picked up by Halpert. Joust at the net. Signal wanting interference. Coach Hess just shakes her head. No. Down the line, Halpert picked up by Blazer. Spoletor outside. Guess big swing off the block, picked up by Morgan. Torvey goes back to Andrews, blocked and off the antenna. And the Bennies, 7 straight points, lead 7-1 here in set number 2. Morgan up, Morgan over. Alm goes down to get it. Spoletor back row, Blazer. Nice attack, nice dig, Torvey. Halpert's going to go right side. Andrews tips it down the line. It's wide, no touch. And the Alumnae finally break the 7-point streak out of the Bennies. Emma Guest now back to serve. Trailing by a handful. Guest up, Guest over. Halpert high, Torvey into the middle. Konopczynski tips it over the block and quickly to the floor. Spoletor diving but can't get there on time. Point to the Alumnae, or excuse me, to the Bennies. Kenzie Konopczynski now. Up, down the line. Guest fights it off, but it's an ace serve. Konopczynski. Konopczynski with a 7-point lead now. She goes down the line, but it's long. Point Alumnae. As Lexi Ohm trots back to serve. Get some instruction from Coach Hess. That's about a decade old there, that conversation. Sends it over, Halpert there. Right side attack by Andrews, dug up nicely by Guest, sent over by Crum. Torvey there, back row attack, Morgan, dug up by Guest. Spoletor wants Grace Holm off the block and to the floor. And Grace Holm scores for the Alumnae, cutting the deficit to 5. Ulm up, Ulm over, Morgan there. Outside attack. Jones down to the floor. KJOT. Jones goes over the top and hammers the ball to the floor. Point to the Bennies, and it's 10-4, Big Buddy, as Torvey sends it aggressively to the 1, but it's wide. Point to the Alumnae. Crum back to serve. The Bennies have the Alumnae doubled up here. 10-5 is Crum. Puts it in play, a good serve. Nice pass, Halpert. Torvey's going to go all the way across. Jones over the block. Crum and Blazer almost knock heads, and it falls between them. 11-5. Now the Bennies lead. Libby Burns back to serve. Burns up, Burns over. Blazer there. Ulm calls it, takes it back to Blazer. Blazer finds the net for the Benny point. Be nice to give Hilbert a block there, but I think it was clearly in the net. Maybe for our stat purposes, we'll give Hilbert and Blahowski the block. Guest up, Crum all the way across. Blazer off the high hands, picked up by Halpert. Torvey's going to go back row. Libby Burns tipped over. Spoletor steps in. Holmes over to Blazer off the high hands. Here comes Blahowski, picked up by Crum. Ulm is going to come back to Blazer. Loop shot picked up by Statham. a double swat by Blazer scores for the Alumnae. I think he wanted to hammer the ball, but he ended up with 2 hands in there, and so he put it down with 2. Blazer spins the ball. Again, the Bennies have the Alumnae doubled up here, 12-6. Blazer sends it over. Halpert there. Torvey's going to go back to Hilbert. Home block. Assist Guest. Statham winds up. Blazer with the dig. Crum back to Blazer. Spinning shot picked up by Torvey. Halpert goes outside Statham. Big swing, but it's long. Point Alumnae. Alumnae 7, the Bennies 12. Blazer ready to go. Short serve catches the net. Point Benny's 13-7, and Halpert back to serve, looking to double up the Alumnae once again. This time at 14-7. They had 5-10. They had 6-12. Halpert gassed over to Spoladoro. She sends it long. And the Alumnae have 14-7 now. Again, doubling up the Bennies. This time, 7-point cushion. Halpert up. Halpert down the line. Blazer there. Crum into the middle. Holm off the block into the floor. Grace Holm scores for the Alumnae. Earns her way back to the service stripe. Holm sends it strongly into the 6-2 strongly. Point Bennies. And now Izzy Torvey will again look for the double up. Torvey back to serve. Torvey up. Torvey over. Blazer steps into it. Crum into the middle. Brooke Andrews says no double up this time. Scores off the block for the Alumnae. And Spoladoro trots back to serve, trailing 6. Alumnae 9. Benny's 15. Spoladoro into Burns. Perfect pass. Torvey to Kanofchinski. Crum with the dig. Spoladoro gives it to Guest. Guest sends it over quickly. Burns, Torvey, Kanofchinski. Cut shot, I think, was a little wide. Nope. Finds the line. Nice attack. Kanofchinski scoring for the Bennies. 16-9 is Morgan back to serve. See Grace Holm over there on the bench taking a rest, applying some pressure to the hip. Holm up. Spoladoro back to Crum. Crum roll shot over, picked up by Halpert. Torvey outside. Jones. Nice pickup by Blazer. Spoladoro wants Guest. Guest steps into it off the high hands. Torvey to Jones. She goes down the line. Coach Anderson calls it in. Clearly in. Splits the Spoladoro Blazer defense. And now Morgan serving again to double up the Alumnae. 17-9, Benny's lead. Strong serve, finds the net, point Alumnae. And now Emma Guest, who wore number 10. And during her playing days comes in, serving 10-17. Guest up, Guest over. Halpert in the air. Torvey's going to go outside to Jones. She steps into it, off of Spoladoro, almost to the mezzanine. Point to the Bennies. 18-10 Bennies lead. Kanofchinski to serve. Sent over. Alm there. Spoladoro outside quickly to Blazer down the line. Wow. Big time attack. Aiden Blazer. 18-11 now the score. Jones back in. Paige Andrews will take a break. Retie a shoe. As Lexi Ohm puts it into play, sends it over. Morgan there, middle attack. Blahowski picked up by Spoladoro. Outside to Blazer, off the block. Torvey picks it up, sent over by Andrews. Guest high in the air. Spoladoro quickly to Holm. Holm off of Torvey to the floor. Nice quick attack. Spoladoro to Holm. And it's a point, Alumnae. They cut the lead to 6 as Lexi Holm. Back to serve, this time from the middle of court, sends it over. Jones into the net, picked up by Torvey. Big attack by Jones, finds the net, and the Alumnae score. 18-13 now, we're down to a handful. As Lexi Ohm, the 14 grad, puts it in play, sends it over. Morgan there. Torvey goes outside to Jones. Big swing past everybody into the floor. Point to the Bennies, 19-13. Izzy Torvey back to serve. Torvey up. Torvey short. Point Alumnae. Keeping it to a handful, but they're going to have to make a move here as it's 19-15 here in set number 2. Larry Crum back to serve. Crum up, over, good serve. Jones high in the air. Torvey returned to center. Jones blocked by Holm and Spoladoro, but it's sent over by Torvey. Holm wants Blazer outside. He goes down the line. Nice dig, Torvey. Over on 2 goes Hilbert. Spoladoro over on 2 to the floor. Point to the Alumnae. And then it was 4. Crum back to serve. Up, over. The scoreboard says it's 3. I show it as 4. Scrambling on the Bennies, and it goes. Holm is there. Crum to Spoladoro. Tip. Picked up by Jones. Torvey goes outside to Jones. Off the net cord, up in the air. Scrambling are the Alumnae. Good hustle. Holm sends it over. Morgan there. Torvey into the middle. Blahowski, big swing into the 1. In front of the diving guest. Point to the Bennies. The big board in the gym here says 2016. I have 2015. I don't know who's right. Generally, it's not me. As Burns puts it into play down the line. Holm there. Outside, Crum goes to Blazer over the block and to the floor. And the Alumnae earn their, okay, I see how we're rolling here. Oh, it went up to 18. I thought the Alumnae was getting credit 2 at a time, but it's either 2016 or 2017. We'll see how this plays out. Free ball over by Blahowski is long. Point Alumnae. Aiden Blazer plays for the St. John's Club team. They're headed to Woodbury next weekend for a tournament, and then off to Phoenix for nationals. Guest with the dig. Over on 2 goes Crum. Scores for the Alumnae. Blazer wants a ball. He gets one. Blazer ready to serve. Sends it over. Statham is there. Torvey back to Hilbert off the block. Picked up by Blazer. Crum goes outside. Emma Guest steps into it. Just a little long. The Alumnae calling for a net violation. They're calling for a touch. They're not going to get either. And it's 21-18, or if you're here in the gym, 19. Halpert goes down the line. Blazer up. Spoladoro tips deep into the 5, picked up by Burns. Torvey goes outside. Statham, big swing. Blazer with the dig. Holm pulls it out of the net. Holm sends it over softly. Konopchinsky over ball to Holmes. To Holm. She puts it down. Point to the Alumnae. It's a battle here. Grace Holm back to serve. Holm sends it over. Statham is there. Torvey back to Statham. Big swing through the block. Nice job, Blazer, to keep it alive. Guest sends it over. Picked up by Konopchinsky. Torvey goes outside to Statham. Rockets that one through the block to the baseline. Point Bennie's 22-19. Bennie's with the lead in set 2. Back to serve number 2, Torvey. Good strong serve. Alm sends it up in the air off the basketball hoop. Blazer gets it though. Guest sends it over. Andrews is there. Torvey quickly to Konopchinsky. Nice dig by Alm. Blazer wants Guest. She steps into it and scores. Guest has words with Coach Hess. I'm not sure what the words were. Point Alumnae. It was definitely a tight set there. Definitely a lot of bodies near the net. I don't know what the exchange was, but it's Spoladoro back to serve for the Alumnae. Sends it up, sends it over down the line behind the lines judge. Point Bennie's 23 have the Bennies needing 2 to close out set 2 and tie this thing up. Sophie Morgan back to serve. Morgan up, Morgan over. Ulm is there. Spoladoro is going to run the slide to Paige Andrews off the block and to the floor. Point Alumnae. It's a good battle here down the stretch in set number 2. Looks like Emma Guess is going to trot back to serve. Well, Lexi Ulm, nope. Emma Guess is going to serve. Guest up and over, falls in. It's an ace serve, Emma Guest. And in the gym here, we're going to go with the gym score at this point. It's 23-23. And again, like set number 1, here in set number 2, the next team to lead by 2 points will take the set. Emma Guest back to serve. Guest up, Guest over. Picked up by Jones. Torvey back to Jones. Big swing. Spoladoro protects herself. Too much pace to control. And now the Bennies on the hook. This is Kenzie Kanofchinsky on the hook for set number 2. In set number 1, the first team on the hook won the set. Let's see what happens here. Oh, nice pass. Spoladoro, good job to get it to Blazer. Blazer finds the campfire. And we're knotted at 24. 24-24, volleyball's version of overtime here in set number 2 as Lexi Ulm back to serve. This is exactly how set number 1 played out. Ulm up, Ulm over. Morgan sends it up. Jones, big swing down the line. Spoladoro with the dig. Ulm wants Blazer. Blazer roll shot over the block to the floor. Point Alumnae. And Lexi Ulm on the hook for set number 2, again in overtime. Ulm up, Ulm over, Morgan, trouble, ace serve, Lexi Ulm. And set number 2 in the books, 26-24. The Alumnae take set 2. And we will step away once again. Some more Chad Johnson music for you. Chad Johnson is nice enough to let us play his music. So we're going to go back to some old stuff. This one's called Southbound Train. Back in a few.
chance of leaving on home. We've all been here before. Make a clean break, for heaven's sake. I've never known love without a little hate. Oh, 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 little Conrad. Annabelle thinks that I'm a fool. What the hell's wrong with you? Going to the lake with little brother Jake, holding on tight to a bottle and a stick, living it up with your strength. But you know it might take time. Something I'm losing my mind. But just hold on tight. One day I'll see the light.
All right, we are back, getting ready for set number 3. The Alumnae are getting slower and slower to break the huddle and return to the floor. That should be no surprise, but they are up 2-rip here. Oh, got some sportsmanship going on here. The Alumnae finally get out to the court, and Coach Hess pulls everyone together. Mind games going on down there on the floor. Looks like the Alumnae are still trying to sort out where they are at. Grace Holm is getting some snacks. There's the whistle for ready. No one's really ready. Torby's ready. Set number 3. Set number 3 starts now. Alm sends it up. Spolararo chases it down, goes outside. Crum down the line, dug up by Torby, but it's sent into the players' bench. And the Alumnae take the first point of set number 3. Aiden Blazer hustles after the ball. In motion, sends it over. Burns is there. Statham into the block. Sent back over. Blazer there. Spoladoro goes outside. Emma Guest, big swing. Nice dig. Halpert. Torvey into the middle. Tipped over. And a good one by Kenofchinsky. Off the deflection to the floor as Crum was trying to go backwards as quickly as possible. Now back to serve is Sophie Morgan. She is up. She is over. Ulm is there. Spoladoro sends it up high for Guest. She steps into it off the high hands, picked up by Morgan. Torvey goes back to Andrews. Good hustle by Ulm to send it over. Brooke Andrews is there. Torvey steps in, goes outside. Jones, big swing off the Blazer deflection. Point to the Alumnae. Excuse me, to the Bennies. Sophie Morgan now back to serve. Up, over. Blazer there. Spoladoro back to Blazer and Ulm. And neither one of them can put it over. Point, Bennies. Still can't reach my refill. Morgan to serve. Morgan up. Morgan over. Alma's there. Spoladoro to Blazer in the back row. Big swing. Nice dig by Torvey. Jones tips it over. Spoladoro is there. Crum into Andrews. Blocked. Nice pickup by Crum. Blazer sends it high over the light fixture. That hit one side of the light fixture. The spin took it to the top, and then it bounced over. Poor Emma Guest waiting for it to come down. It changes direction, and she finds the net. It's a point. Bennies, and quickly 4-1, just like set number 2. Morgan, good serve. Guest fires it up. Spoladoro sends it over. Kenofchinsky there. Torvey over Kenofchinsky. And to the floor, point to the Alumnae. I've got a complete mess going on here. Water everywhere. Ulm to serve. Into the 5. Jones is there. Torvey back to Jones. Big swing down the line. Spoladoro with the dig. Ulm to Guest. She steps into it off the block. Torvey, great hustle. Blazer sends it up high. He likes those light sockets. Spoladoro back to Guest. Tip over. Picked up by Kenofchinsky. Torvey goes outside. Jones down the line off the block. Picked up by Spoladoro. Ulm goes over to Crum. Kenofchinsky is on that one. Torvey back to Brooke Andrews. Spoladoro, good scrambling. Can't get 3 contacts. Nice attack by Brooke Andrews. Scores for the Bennies. 5-2, they lead in set 3. Kenofchinsky back to serve. Short serve. Blazer can't pick it up. Ace serve. Kenzie Kenofchinsky for the Bennies. Kenofchinsky again back to serve. 6-2 the score. Rifles one over. Blazer is there. Spoladoro wants outside. Guests. Big swing off the high hand. Sent over. Holm is there. Spoladoro to Crum. Off the deflection. Scrambling on the Bennies. Free balled over. Crum is there. Spoladoro into the middle. Grace Holm off the block to the floor. Point Alumnae. Bennies have the Alumnae doubled up 6-3 here in set number 3. The Alumnae lead 2-0. Larry Crum back to serve. Up. Over. Torvey sends it outside. Jones. Good job to go get it. Crum with the dig. Ulm wants Guest. Guest hustles in. Tips it over the block. Torvey is there. Sent over on 2 by Blahowski. Crum goes over on 2. Halpert is there. Torvey wants Brooke Andrews. Down the line. Block is there by Guest, but it's out. Point to the Bennies. 7-3 your score here at Claire Lynch Hall on a beautiful Sunday. 43 and sunny outside. 71 and perfect inside as Torvey with the 4-point lead sends it over down the line. Guest, good pass. Crum into the middle. Holm off the block to the floor. Scores for the Alumnae. Alumnae plus Aiden. A plus A, maybe we could go. Alumnae plus Aiden. Emma Guest back to serve, trails by 3. Guest over, Morgan there. Torvey goes to Jones, punches deep corner. I think it was wide. We'll see where Emma Guest goes with the ball. Looks like she's going to keep it. Point Alumnae. Emma Guest to serve. Up. Good serve. Jones, nice pass. Torvey back to Jones. Blazer with the dig. Crum goes back to Spoladoro. Swings down the line. It's long, no touch. Point to the Bennies. Oh, excuse me. Touch called. Point Alumnae. 7-6, Emma Guest. Back to serve. Guest up, Guest over. Nice pass, Jones. Torvey back to Jones. Looping shot picked up by Guest. Spoladoro goes for the slam dunk. She slam dunks it on her own side. It's a point to the Bennies. Thinking she was closer to the net. And now Libby Burns, up 2, sends it over. Blazer sends it high. Crum goes to get it. Guest in the back row, sends it over. Halpert there, Torvey, middle, Blahowski, blocked. Point Bennies. Blazer got a little aggressive there, reached across the net, interfered with the Bennies' ability to play. And it's a point for the Bennies, 9-6 the score. Burns sends it over. Ulm there. Outside. Tip shot. Blazer is wide. Point to the Bennies. Bennies open up a 4-point lead. Nice idea by Blazer. It was just a bit wide. Now Burns with the serve. Burns, good strong serve, but it's long. Point to the Alumnae. Bennies 10. Alumnae 7, and Holm to serve. She goes down the line. Statham pops it up high. Torvey back to Statham. Big swing through the block to the floor. Point to the Bennies. Bennies in their full uniform, warm-up jersey, or warm-up shirts. The Alumnae scattered. Ulm, great pass. Crum wants Andrews in the middle, off the block, picked up by Halpert. Trouble at the net. Point Alumnae. Alumnae scrapped together. A few practice shirts there, a few custom shirts. Spoladoro back to serve, trails 3 in set 3. She goes down the line. Statham is there. Torvey returned to sender. Statham, big swing, guessed with the dig. Spoladoro sends it outside. Blazer, big swing, cut shot, picked up by Statham. Torvey goes back row, Burns over the block and to the floor. Emma Guest came flying in on her belly, but it was a bit late. Paige Andrews went up for the block, and it was a nice shot to kind of wait until she came down and roll it over. Torvey now 4-point lead. 8-12 the score. Torvey sends it over. Ulm there. Spoladoro on 2. Picked up by Halpert. Torvey goes back to Brooke Andrews. Block is late. Nice dig by Ulm. Kanofchinsky. Torvey back to Kanofchinsky into the block and to the floor. Nice shot. Kenzie Kanofchinsky scoring for the Bennies. Torvey sends it over. Ulm sends it to the bench. Point Bennies, and they've opened up a 6-point margin here midway through set number 3. It's 14-8. Torvey to serve. Torvey up. Torvey over. And my guess comes flying in, but she can't control it. Point to Torvey and the Bennies. Ace serve. 15-8. Bennies up. Torvey now. Down the line. Guest on this one. Ulm to Crum. Steps into it. Picked up by Burns. Torvey's going to go back to Brooke Andrews. Spoladoro with the dig. Ulm is going to go back to Blazer. Big swing down the line. Aiden Blazer does a nice job with the cut shot. Scoring for the Alumnae. He earns his way back to the service stripe, down 6. Blazer finds the net. Make it down 7. Bennies leading 15-9 as Sophie Morkin back to serve. Morkin up. Morkin over. Blazer there. Spoladoro steps into it. Paige Andrews blocked by Kanofchinsky. And the Bennies seeking to double up the Alumnae. I feel like we've been here before. Morkin up 17-9, puts it into play. Good serve. Ulm's there. Spoladoro quickly outside. Guest, big swing. Blocked by Andrews and Kanofchinsky. Back-to-back blocks by the Bennies have doubled up the Alumnae. 9-18, the Elders trail as the Bennies taking control of set number 3. Good serve, Ulm, good pass. Spoladoro goes back to Krem into the block. Andrews picks it up. Spoladoro goes deep. 1 picked up, middle attack. Kanofchinsky, nice dig by Ulm. Spoladoro wants Blazer in the back row. He airmails it long. Point to the Bennies. Good news for the Alumnae. There's only 1 point different on the scoreboard. The bad news for the Alumnae, it's in the tens place. 10-point advantage. Good serve, Guest, good pass. Spoladoro, Andrews. Nice dig by Halpert, sent over by Jones. Blazer is there. Spoladoro goes back to Crum. Steps into it, off the block. Picked up by Torvey. Jones, tip shot, blocked. Picked up by Kanofchinsky. Jones on 2, picked up by Ulm. Spoladoro outside. Emma Guest into the block. And down. I saw the Alumnae call out. It didn't look out to me. It was in fact, in. And the Bennies have opened up an 11-point margin now, 20-9. 10-9. Morgan, good strong serve. Blazer is there. Spoladoro wants Blazer in the back row. Block! Kenofchinsky. Stuff block in the middle. Kenzie Kenofchinsky off the back row attack from Aiden Blazer. 21-9 the score. Are the Alumni tiring out? Morgan sends it over strong. Ulm sends it up. Blazer wants Guest outside. Roll shot over. Picked up by Jones. Torvey back to Jones. Down the line. Off the block. To the floor. And the Bennies are rolling in set number 3. 22-9 your score. Morgan back to serve. Blazer, good pass. Spoladoro with options. She goes to Andrews. Torrey with the dig. Kenofchinsky's going to push outside to Brooke Andrews. Blocked by Sister. Outside to Jones. Off the high hands. Picked up by Ulm. Spoladoro up high to Guest. Big swing off the block. Emma Guest scores for the Alumnae. Spoladoro to Guest. We called that quite a bit 2 years ago. Works for the Alumnae. They get to double digits. Moral victory there. I'm sure they want more as Lexi Ulm back to serve. Trailing by 12, sends it over. Jones is there. Torvey goes back to Kenofchinsky on the slide. Spoladoro with the dig. Crum on 2. Picked up. Torvey goes outside. Jones off the high end. Picked up by Blazer. Spoladoro goes all the way outside to Emma Guest. Big swing. Nice dig by Morgan. Halpert's going to want Jones. Jones tip. Picked up by Blazer. Spoladoro into the middle. Grace Holm off the block. Nice dig, Halpert. Kelly Jones tips it over. Grace Holm is there. Spoladoro outside to Guest. Big swing off the block. And Crum sends it over on 2. Morgan picks this one up. Torvey to Jones. Big swing! Down for the kill. KJ OT again for the Bennies. And the Alumnae have an exasperated look on their face. That was one heck of a rally. If they had timeouts, they might call one now, but Kenofchinsky rifles one into the deep 6, a little too deep into the 6. 23-11. Alumnae needing to make a move. LaRae Crum back to serve, needing a bunch. Crum up, steps into a good serve. Morgan, great pass. Torvey's going to go back to Brooke Andrews. Over the block, off the deflection. Into the second row, point to the Bennies. And now Izzy Torvey on the hook for set number 3. Torvey serving to get the Bennies on the set board. Approach, strike, Holm there. Crum into the middle, Grace Holm. It's over. Joust at the net, but won by Holm. Point Alumni, and the Alumnae say, not yet, Bennies. And now Emma Guest, with a big smile on her face, strolls back to the service stripe. Backs against the wall. The Alumnae need 12 to send this one to overtime. Emma Guest. Up. Over. Good serve. Morgan, great pass. Torvey's got Jones in the back row, tipped over. Blazer is there. Crum quickly into the middle. Grace Holm to the floor. Nice attack. Grace Holm scoring for the Alumnae. Backs continue to be against the wall, down 11. Emma Guest looking for the 11-point play. Up, over, into the 6. Morgan there. Torvey, look out, it's Jones. Big time swing, it's off the block. And out, point. And set number 3 to the Bennies. Bennies 25, Alumnae 13 as the Bennies impose their will upon the Alumnae. Got them just where they want them. Tuckered them out. All right. Again, we'll step aside. Give you some more Chad Johnson music. If you're wondering why it's always Chad Johnson music, we have the rights to play Chad Johnson. And so YouTube doesn't put us in licensing jail. So it's Alumnae 2 sets, Bennies 1 set. We'll be back in a bit with set number 4. From Claire Lynch Hall, you're watching Bennie Volleyball on the Spollybach Sports Network.
Lake County, 1876. Grayback rebels trying to run the risk, seeking vengeance for their southern pride. Yeah. Jesse James along for the ride. They ride. They ride. September 7th, they rode into town just to take old dames down. Colt 45 strapped across their hips, yeah. JYG etched in the grip, and I.
All right, the Alumnae think they're ready for a set number 4. It starts now. Spoladoro sends it over. Statham up in the air. Burns helps, free balled over. Guest is there. Spoladoro is going to go back to Crum. Off the block to the floor. And the Alumnae come out quickly here in set number 4. Alumnae lead 2-1. Spoladoro back to serve. Wow, it's a rocket, but it's just long. Point. Bennies were knotted up at 1. Last 2 sets have started a lot like this. The Alumnae get number 1. And next thing you know, the Bennies roll 4 to 6 to 7 in a row. Let's see what Sophie Morgan has to say about that. Morgan to serve, up, over. Ulm is there. Spoladoro goes outside. Blazer, big swing, nice block, picked up by Ulm. Blazer again, this time over the block, off of Torvey. And out the back door, point Alumnae. 2-1. The score. Blazer to serve. Hayden Blazer up, over. Halpert there. Jones goes on 2. Blazer with the dig. Spoladoro quickly into the middle. And left-handed goes Paige Andrews, scoring for the Alumnae. Paige's parents both here. You wonder if they're cheering for the Bennies or the Alumnae. I'd like to put him on the spot and ask him that question. Oh, Brooke Andrews responds with a turn down the line. Big left-handed attack. Straight to the floor. Point, Bennies. Bennies 2. Alumnae 3. Kanofchinsky, short serve, guest there. Spoladoro runs a slide to Brooke Andrews. Off the high hands, picked up by Morgan. Left-handed attack over. All nice job. Spoladoro goes over on 2. Picked up by Morgan. She's hustling left, hustling right. And Callie Jones goes off the block for the kill. 3-3 the score here in set 4. Kanofchinsky, short serve. Guest is there. Spoladoro return to Guest. Big swing off the block. Spoladoro digs it up. Ulm back to Guest. Guest off the block again. Picked up by Crum. Spoladoro to Blazer in the back row. Off the net and to the floor. Point. Alumnae. Guest swings once. Block. Swings twice. Blocked. Blazer off the net cord wins. The Alumnae just keep on coming. Paige Andrews back to serve, sends it over. Morgan there, tipped over by Torvey. Blazer sends it up high. Callie Jones says thank you very much and puts it down. And now we are 4-4 in set 4. Izzy Torvey back to serve. Torvey up, Torvey over. Good strong serve. Great pass. Spoladoro outside. Crum off the block. Scoring for the Alumnae. Thought that was going to get a deflection and get up here into the Mineral Springs Brewery broadcast booth. But it was cut off by Coach Hess. Larray Crum. Back to serve. Good serve. Morgan sends it up high. Torvey goes to get it outside. Jones, big swing to the floor. Callie Jones brings it hard. 5-5 in set number 4. We are back and forth in this one. Libby Burns doesn't like that ball, wants a new one. Burns knotted at 5, sends it over. Blazer is there. Crum goes outside. Emma Guest steps into it over the block. Torvey goes down to get it, sends it over, and Crum goes back on one, but she's wide, and it's a point. Bennie's 6. Alumnae 5. Good strong serve by Burns, but it finds the net, and it's a point. Alumnae. And we're knotted at 6. I think we're knotted at 3 and 2, maybe. And certainly at 4, certainly at 5, certainly at 6. Probably at 1 as well. Guest back to serve. 6-6 the score. Good serve. Statham gets it up. Burns goes to Hilbert off the block. Picked out of the net by Blahowski, but it falls to the floor. Point Alumnae. Emma Guest now with the lead, 7-6. Statham with this pass, back to Statham, big swing off the block. Guest is there with the dig. Crum goes back to Spoladoro. She goes cross court. Torvey is there. Blahowski goes to Hilbert, blocked. Aiden Blazer, assist Grace Holm, block for the Alumnae. 8-6. As Emma Guest at the service stripe. Guest, good serve. Haupert gets it in the air. Burns over to Statham. Big swing off the block to the floor. Point Alumnae. Alumnae. Good job here opening up a little bit of a margin, 3-point margin. It's Alumnae 9, Bennie's 6. Over on 2 goes Torvey. Grace Holmes sends it back. Statham's going to step into one. Spoladoro is there with a block, but she blocks it out of bounds. Point to the Bennies. Bennie's 7, Alumnae 9. Set number 4. Kaylee Halpert back to serve. Sends one over. Alma's there. Crum into the middle. Holmes sends it into the 1-6 seam. Scoring for the Alumnae. Nice attempt, Libby Burns. Got a hand on it, but couldn't control it. Point to the Alumnae. Holmes sends it over. Burns up, middle attack. Kanofchinsky, look out below. Point Bennies. Kenzie Kanofchinsky, quick attack, finds the floor. And now Izzy Torvey back to serve. Trails by 2, 8-10, sends it over. Guest is there. Crum goes outside, Blazer. Loop shot picked up by Burns. Torvey wants Kanofchinsky, slam dunk. Nice dig, Crum. Halpert is there. Kanofchinsky again. Tip. This time it goes over Crum. Point to the Bennies. Torvey back to serve. 9-10 the score. Set number 4. Torvey up. Torvey over. Guest steps into it. Crum middle attack. Andrews quickly to the floor, and it's a point for the Alumnae. Spoladoro trots back to serve. She's got a 2-point lead. Alumnae running a tight ship here. 7 girls total. Spoladoro ace down the line off of the Statham deflection. 6 girls and a guy, I guess. We got the Alumnae plus Aiden Blazer, assistant coach manager for the Bennies in the fall, and Johnny's club volleyball player in the spring. Statham, nice attack. Guest, nice dig. Spoladoro to Blazer. Blazer swings, goes cross court for the winner. 13-9. Alumnae now by 4. Spoladoro continues at the service stripe. Reminder, Johnny's play in Woodbury next weekend and then head to Phoenix during the next week as Spoladoro gets the ace serve. Pass was up, but no second contact from the Bennies. And the Alumnae have opened up the lead to a handful, 14-9. Burns into the net. Torvey tries to pull it out, can't, and it's back-to-back aces for Spoladoro, and she leads 15-9 and now has 2 volleyballs to choose from, kind of like tennis. She selected the one she wants, knocks the other one aside. Looking for the turkey is Spoladoro. The ace turkey, not this time, it's wide, point to the Bennies. Bennies now down a handful. Sophie Morgan into serve. 10-15, they trail in set 4. 1-2, they trail on the set board. Morgan sends it over. Blazer there. Spoladoro goes outside. Crum steps into it off the high hands. Tipped over. Spoladoro at the dig. Crum goes over on 2. Finds the net. Point to the Bennies. 15-11. Alumnae on top. Set 4. Morgan serving for the Bennies. Morgan up. Morgan over down the line. Blazer hammers it into the Benny bench. Ace serve, Sophie Morgan. Morgan now down by 3. Blazer pounds that one into the floor. Back-to-back aces, and now Morgan looking for the ace turkey as Spoladoro yanks Blazer out of serve receive. It's Alm, Guest, and Crum will receive serve. Off the net cord, nice pancake, but that's the turkey for Sophie Morgan. Back-to-back-to-back aces, and now it's a 1-point game. Sophie Morgan looking to tie this thing up moments ago. Benny's down 6. Guest, perfect pass. Spoladoro quickly to Blazer. Look out below. Wow. That one was something else. Spoladoro runs quickly to Blazer, and he hammers it to the floor. Now he back to serve. Nice pass, Halpert, middle attack. Kanofchinsky sends it over. Picked up by Alm. Spoladoro free ball over. Morgan is there. Torvey's got options. Goes to Brooke Andrews with the tip. Nice tip. Alm is there to get a hand on it, but punches it to the middle of the floor. Point to the Bennies on the excellent left-handed tip by Brooke Andrews. Now Kenzie Kanofchinsky back to serve. Puts in play. Good strong serve picked up by Alm. Spoladoro goes back to Crum. Off the block. Picked up by Blahowski. Torvey wants Jones. Jones tips over. Blazer there. Spoladoro wants Guest. Guest steps into it off the block. Sent over. Blazer chases that one down again, but sends it right to Blahowski, who pounds it to the floor. I saw her mouth thank you very much as she puts that one down. We're knotted up at 16. This set is racing to 9 now. Kanofchinsky hammers one. Alm gets an arm on it, but sends it to the floor. Aces piling up for the Bennies here in set number 4. Kanofchinsky now with the lead. Sends it short. Guest is there. Spoladoro keeps it in play. Off Emma Guest. Big swing. Kanofchinsky with the dig. Alm gets this one. Spoladoro into the middle. Andrews tip shot. And a score. Paige Andrews uses precision to drop that one into the 4 for the score. We're knotted at 17, now racing to 8. Andrews sends it over. Jones sends it up. Jones gets it back, hammers it down the line. Spoladoro pounds it into the floor. It's a point to the Bennies. 18-17 now. Bennies lead. Izzy Torvey back to serve. Torvey up and over. Ulm with the pass. Spoladoro goes outside. Guest steps into it. Look out. Nice dig by Morgan. And now Jones, big swing, blocked by Holm. Morgan's going to give Jones another go. Another big swing. Blazer with the dig. Spoladoro into Holm. She tips into the deep 6. It's just long, and the Bennies now 2-point advantage, 19-17. In set number 4, Izzy Torvey back to serve. Rockets this one. It's a little bit long. Lexi Ulm's young one making a run for it across the baseline. Good thing the ball was in front of her there as Larry Crum tries to tie things up for the Alumni. Good serve. Halpert sends it up high. Torvey goes all the way across. Jones, big swing. It's wide, and we're back to the tastiest point in volleyball. Set number 4 is knotted up 19-19 root beer point here at Claire Lynch Hall. Crum sends it over. Jones is there. Torvey returned to center. Callie Jones tips it over, sent back by Holm. Halpert, Torvey, Halbert, nice pancake. Guess up high. Blazer sends it over. Blahowski to Torvey. Back to Blahowski. Big swing. Nice dig by Ulm. Spoladoro up high in the middle. Holm sends it over. Halpert is there. Torvey outside Jones. Steps off. Blazer with the dig. Crum wants Guest. Big swing. No touch. It's long. And the Bennies win the race to 20-19. Brief timeout on the floor as Coach Hess walks across the court, has some words for Torvey. And now Burns sends it over. Crum to Holm. She gets a piece of it enough to get it over. Torvey wants Hilbert off the block. Blahowski goes over on one and scores for the Bennies, and the Bennies lead 21-19. 2-point cushion here as Libby Burns back to serve. In theory, the Bennies need this one to extend the match to a 5th set. Big swing finds the net. Point Alumnae. Emma Guest trots back to the service stripe. Guest up, Guest over, down the line. Statham is there. Torvey to Blahowski. Block Blazer. And it's blackjack point here. 21-21 in set number 4 as Emma Guest continues at the service stripe. Guest up, Guest over. Halpert goes down to get it. Second contact not there. Point Alumnae, and they take the lead now in the later stages of set 4. Emma Guest now 22-21. The gym goes quiet. Oh, there's some more music. Emma Guest up, Emma Guest over. Halpert there. Torvey goes all the way across. Statham steps into it. Guest with the dig. Crum goes over on 2. Halpert comes flying in. Hilbert sends it up high. Burns from the back row. Big swing. Nice dig by Guest. All wants Spoladoro. Free ball deep 1. Burns is there. Torvey sends it up. Blahowski makes a swing, but it's into the net. That was a scrap play for the Bennies there as they huddle up now, down 2, with the Alumnae needing 2 to finish out set 4 and potentially the match. Emma Guest to serve. Good strong serve down the line. Statham fights it off. Torvey goes back to Statham. Big swing. Guest with a perfect dig. Crum goes outside. Blazer roll shot over off the block to the floor. Blazer scores for the Alumnae. And now Emma Guest on the hook for set number 4 and potentially the match. Guest up, over, Statham there, perfect pass, return to, nope, that's Hilbert out of the middle, picked up by Crum. Guest goes outside to Blazer, roll shot down the line, Burns with the dig. Halpert sends it outside, Statham off the net to the floor, and there's set point to the Alumnae. 25-21 for set number 4. Looks like we're shaking hands. It looks like that's going to do it here at Claire Lynch Hall. The Bennies will join the Alumnae. We'll stick with you. If we're not sure we'll have any audio with the music going, but there's the huddle. A great event here. Introductions. I think we're doing some introductions. Lexi Alm, new to this party. I guess Emma Guest may not know all the faces. Very difficult to hear what's going down there in the huddle, but they're going around the circle doing some introductions. Talking about who they are, what their major is, and special group of girls there you're seeing on the screen. Active players and alumni. Great event. Great set of kids I've personally had the opportunity to interact with and get to know over the years. All right, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a picture. That's always good to have. It's truly Bennie's plus Alumnae as Aiden Blazer decides that he'll step aside. I don't have obviously a good angle, so we'll get a picture of the coach taking a picture of the girls. Good showing here at Claire Lynch Hall. Lots of fun. Looks like we're going to break things down. Arms up. 1, 2, 3 Bennies is the call. And that'll do it from Claire Lynch Hall. Thanks for joining us. Very special presentation of Bennie Volleyball on Spollybrock Sports Network.
Hey, parents, I do have these cups for sale. If anybody wants.
The constant sales pitch. We just picked up Coach Hess selling cups to parents. So we will mute that mic. You don't need to hear that as she interacts with the parents. We're going to shut things down here from Claire Lynch Hall. Thanks for joining us. As always, a great pleasure to bring you Bennie Volleyball on the Spollybrock Sports Network.
chance of leaving on board. We've all been here before. Make a clean break for heaven's sake. I've never known love without a little hate. Oh, 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 little Conrad. Annabelle thinks that I'm cool. What the hell's wrong with you? Going to the lake with little brother Jake, holding on tight to a bottle and a stick, living it up with George Strait. But you know it might take time. Something I'm losing my mind. But just hold on tight, one day I'll see the light. But just know, oh, oh, it might take time. I have a friend named Hollywood. He thinks I'm misunderstood. He told me once or twice, you live in paradise. Well, I'm sitting here just fishing on ice. Oh, 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 sipping honey whites. But you know it might take time. Something I'm losing my mind. But just hold on tight, one day I'll see the light. Just know, oh, oh, it might take time. So hold your nose, despite the Lord. When we could agree to disagree. Well, that's one thing that I'd like to see. As time passes by. But you know it might take time. Something I'm losing my mind. But just hold on tight, one day I'll see the light. But just know, oh, oh, it might take time. But just know, oh, oh, it might take time. But you know, oh, oh, it might take time. promise pushed me to the back. I fade away into the black.